what drew you to like, this platforms like, Black Planet, MySpace, and Facebook back in the day?
Shit, he said MySpace. Like, hey, how you know my age? I mean, yeah, I do come from that era though. He said Black Planet though. Damn, like that was the first joint I opened up was Black Planet, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think overall, I think it was just a cool thing to do in school to have a Black Planet and a MySpace and stuff like that and a Facebook at the time. You know what I'm saying? I just did whatever was the trend and doing things like that. But for the most part, I say for the most part, I guess it was my introduction to the internet. You know what I'm saying? And I learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? At the time, I didn't even have my own computer. I go upstairs to my aunt joint and play on the computer. And remember we used to like back on the like the Black Planet MySpace, they used to have the little codes and shit, and you can edit your own joint, put your own music on that joint. Like we were out doing fucking computer software, fucking 13, 14 and shit. Like yeah, we dealing with IT work and shit. Like you know what I'm saying? But like yeah, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think that was like kind of a beginning of everything. You know what I'm saying? For everything for me, something like that.
What's the difference in the online community from back then versus now?
Probably more aggressive, and it was like more unfiltered. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, especially like if you was on Twitter back in the days, like 2013, 12, it was more of a troll account. Like it was a troll page. So you'll see you'll see people say some seductive shit. Like you remember, like I don't know if you recall. I remember Adam 22 got called out for saying some pedophilia type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some I rape babies and weird shit. But be honest with you, the whole internet was like that. Everybody was on the internet like that. Everybody was like, I realized would kick my grandma in the face, like just troll just to get a retweet or something. You know what I'm saying? That was the whole Twitter. You know what I'm saying? So that was like at one point, it was just like it was really, really like unfiltered back in the day. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? When you could say like homophobic slurs and racial slurs and you know what I'm saying? Somebody could troll on the internet and he ain't really he ain't like truly racist. I mean, he could be, he could not be, but you know what I'm saying? But somebody could say some racist stuff and nobody would get offended because he's probably trolling. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, it was definitely a difference. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, I ain't really grilling Alan Train too about that. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody was doing that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It was weird as shit, but they was doing it. You know what I'm saying?
What eventually led to you creating DMV Hoods and News?
All right, so I was always watching like YouTubers, and you know what I'm saying. I was always on YouTube, since YouTube started. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like there was no coverage in the DC metro area. You know what I'm saying? Um, so and then like the people who was who blew the shit out of me? DJ Cool. I don't know. Yeah, he was like a popular DJ from out here, but he's like a global hip hop DJ all over, right? And he started talking about DC, but it sounded so outdated. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he blew the shit out of me, bro. And I didn't say his name, but I went off about the real DC and the real DMV and all that other stuff, right? And I got like 7,000 views on YouTube. I never got 7,000 views just for talking. And I remember somebody approached me about my video one time. You know what I'm saying? They approached me about my video, and it was like, yeah, 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 I saw your video about, yeah, you need to keep what you're doing. I'm like, oh, I bet. So when I started looking at like, I started YouTube around the time of like the Chicago drill culture. So I reached out to some bloggers. It was like a blogger like Chicago World News and stuff. And I was like, man, I want to do something that that you do that I do for DC. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about the real streets of DC, like, real street activity and stuff like that. And I'm gonna name it DMV Hoods and News. He was like, oh, I bet I'm gonna help you out. He realized like I did my first video. He helped me out. He shared it. He shared. He showed me love. Shout out to bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's how third. And he really showed me love. You know what I'm saying? And ever since that, I just kept working.
Who were some of the other like kind of bloggers that you
I
kind of
would
looked up
watch a
to
lot
from?
of Pat is dope. I mean, yeah, Pat is dope. Cutthroat TV. There was a lot of other interviews I can't think of. You know what I'm saying? Jukebox TV. I would watch a lot of their interviews even before I even thought about being a husband. You know what I'm saying? I would look at like a lot of the rappers. You know what I'm saying? Because I was already hip. I was already hip because I was a go-go promoter, right? So I knew the culture was like slowly declining. Like I knew this off the break. You know what I'm saying? And I've been dealing with go-go events since I was like 2009. You know what I'm saying? So um, I knew the culture was just declining. So the whole time, what am I about to say? I would watch these like interviews of early interviews of Shy Glizzy, Fat Trail, Wale, Light Show, freestyle ciphers. Like just I really watch that shit and I'm like, damn, it's decent. You know what I'm saying? And I never thought like, and I was like, and what I did was I just avoided that space. You know what I'm saying? Of something that was needed for the culture, and I jumped in it. You know what I'm saying? With my own spin, my own twist of how I did it. You know what I'm saying? While at the same time give respect to the people that came before.
What was it like doing hood tours? Like,
Scary as fuck. I ain't gonna lie, I was on scary as shit, man. And I was, man, one time I was wearing my clay turds, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could tell by the interview I was nervous. Like I couldn't really answer questions real good. Some neighborhoods it's cool. Some neighborhoods cool, like, all right, cool, they on good time, they on good vibes and shit. But some neighborhoods is just like, cause you could just feel the atmosphere, like you could feel like somebody just shot this joint up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? You feel like they about to slide back and it's about to get active again. You know what I'm saying? You could just feel the atmosphere, like just something off. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like I think that was that interview. Then it was the interview I did around Paradise. They just certain little locations you be like, I shouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I still do them, but I just gotta make sure I'm good when I do 'em. You know what I'm saying?
when something like when like when Zach TV got killed, like do you ever like see like instances like that and it kind of like make you go like, oh, maybe I might want to chill on
I
doing
don't
stuff like
never
that?
really think necessarily, especially if a motherfucker finance the interview off the break. I don't never necessarily think that somebody's gonna backdoor me. I be more focused on like who they beefing with. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I be more focused on that because like it could really get real. It's been times I've been one time I did an interview. You know, it's statute of limitations, so I can talk about it though, because nobody died from the situation, right? I was around Bennett Road one time, right? I did an interview with shout out my boys. I ain't heard from Davo in a minute though, but that was my dog. You know, yeah, I did an interview with him one time. We was around Bennett Road 46, and I did an interview with him. The interview's still out right now, and at the end of the interview, I'm talking and shit, and it was a car. It was like a car with like two older dudes, right? And I was like, man, something just told me to walk away because I'm like, this shit ain't tripping. Like, this car just look all, you know what I'm saying? So the whole car did a run around a circle and then ran everybody over. I just had a feeling something was going to happen. And I walked over and like literally somebody flipped over and all that. It was like older dude. It was an older dude. And I think the dude was off the drugs. He was off the dippers and all type of shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to nigga Davo, man. I don't know. Am I saying his name right? Yeah. But like I remember, like look up the interview, like been a row. I mean, I don't have that part of the footage, but I'm just saying in general, like right after I did the interview, dude just spin around in a circle and just run everybody over. Like I was like, what the fuck? Like you know what I'm saying? It's like weird shit like that. So yeah, it's things you gotta be. But something told me to walk away though. Like it was crazy, and I did it right on time. Like you know what I'm saying?